Right, hello, good morning, good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to another edition of Something for the Weekend. Do you remember me? The Governor, Martin, put out to pasture in the fields because the old fella's retired. Well, they dragged me out because they said, Martin, pop in, we've got quite a bit of second-hand gear for you to come and look at. My word, have they been busy buying stock, and thank you very, very much for selling it to us, of course. Lots of it comes in as an outright purchase. Some of it comes in as trade-ins, lots of it comes in as trade-ins actually. Before I start, we're only a few weeks away from the biggie, the Martin Lynch & Sons Open Day on the 29th of this month. Kick off at 8:30, whenever it is in the morning. And I'm very pleased to say that good old Kenwood, JVC Kenwood UK, are sponsoring bacon butties. Yes, after several years of you moaning that we weren't giving out bacon butties, they're back. And thanks to JVC Kenwood for doing that. The hog roast, of course, is sponsored by good old Icom UK. Thank you, Icom, for doing that. And even Flex had jumped in, FlexRadio in the States. Thank you, Flex people, for sponsoring tea, biscuits and cakes and everything throughout the day. I mean, you're going to be so stuffed by the time you leave here, you'll need a wheelbarrow to take you away. Right, there it is, 29th. Stick it in your diary. You've got to put that in your diary. It says 8:30 a.m. Come along at 8. You still have to wait for the bacon butties. They won't be available quite that early. Second-hand city is at the moment. I mean, this is just endless. And better still, Tony's actually penciled in on the he's modified the prices on our website on used to reflect Black Friday, which seems to go on forever these days, but it's already going on. So whilst already a lot of these prices look superb, they're even more superb on the web. So go and check them on the website. FT-450s doesn't really need any introduction. Pity that Yaesu don't still make it. I guess the replacement is the FT-710. Excellent transceiver, 100 watts HF6, 599. The FT-897, the ruggedized Yaesu, 549, HF 6 meters. Lots of bits as well, lots of accessories. You know, the MyDEL power supplies, the MP-30As at 59 quid. These are well over £100 if they were available now. Honestly, I'm going to be going on for hours with this, like Henry, aren't I? Acom 1010 linears, got a fantastic selection of linears. Look at the conditions of these, and I've said this before about Acom. No plastic front panels with Acom. Solid milled out piece of aluminium. I mean, you know, all this isn't tin. This has all been milled out. The Acom 1010 at $79.99, and it very clearly says, yes, it's got a box, there's the prices. You're welcome to come along and collect it, or we can ship it anywhere. Because we've got the boxes, we don't mind shipping them. IC-7300s, with the advent of the Mark II coming out very, very soon, there's obviously going to be an influx of these. Look at that, 750 quid for a 7300. That really is great. We just sell so many, and even with, now you all know about the Mark II, we're still selling the original ones, as it were. So definitely worth looking at those. Even the TS-590 SGs at $12.99. I think you'll find that price will be better on the website too. That's JVC Kenwood's equivalent. Really depends what you like. I like the layout of both. I guess I like the large format display. Kenwood often have these letterbox displays. And before you ask, where's this new radio then? Wait. I know I keep saying it, but wait. You'll eat your words when you say Kenwood aren't producing any kit. You watch. More 7300s up here. An FT-991A. There you go. That's the current version of the 991A at 1049. IC-R100 there. Look, little mobile portable scanner at $299. Flex. Now, because of the Aurora, of course, that we I'm quite astonished actually how quickly those have taken off. I mean, the RSGB convention that yours truly is the principal sponsor and has been for 25 to 30 years. It might be 30 years now. They've sort of launched at the show, and Flex very kindly came over and indeed had a talk here in the store. We've obviously got lots of trade-ins. So if you're looking for a Flex and you haven't got nearly 10 grand in your pocket for the Aura, then think about 6600s at 2,999. Still a lot of money, but an awful lot of radio. Another 991As. There's 991As everywhere, including the 991 without the slight enhancements over it at a massive saving of $839. IC-7410, great HF base station from Icom at $899. Another $590. At last, an FT-710 second hand at $825, and this is the AES version with the bolt-on speaker. I'm pleased to see, Henry, we've got a red FDM-DUO from our Italian friends. That colour was influenced by me. I've said that before. Getting a bit boring really, but I do like that. I mean, that is a really beautiful little piece of kit. Look at the way that's made. And a proper SDR transceiver, which you can use without a computer, or you can plug into a computer and use it as a standalone unit. Elecraft K3S, it's got loads of options in it. Look at the website and it'll tell you what the options are. Still a bit of a benchmark. Talking of benchmarks, want one of the most ultimate scanning receiver, communication receivers to purchase. Our 5700Ds, the all-important D spec, at $27.99. These are an absolute fortune new. Amplifiers again. Acom 2100 at $2,999. Yes, you could remove the transformer. I'm pleased that my guys are putting big labels on things so we don't forget. And next door to it, of course, the ever famous IC-705. Has that slowed down since Yaesu have bought the FTX1 out? No, they're still selling. I think you're either in the Icom camp or the Yaesu camp. We have both. So a big, £400 saving actually on new. So that's a massive, massive saving on new price. FTDX10s, actually got one of those at 1,100 quid. Saw 2 if not 3 of those go out on Saturday. I popped in on Saturday and I was amazed at all these people wandering out with brand new ones of these. 991As again. I think we've got cornered the 991A market. 570. Now there's a nice transceiver to get on the radio with. 500 quid, bit of power supply, bit of wire outside and a tuner. In fact, it's got a tuner in it, and you're on HF from top band to 6 meters for £500. I mean, that wouldn't even buy you the Kenwood handheld, would it? That's more than 500 quid. Again, another TS-590 with the SG, the little ARDV1, the baby version of the 5700, wideband scanner, 699 quid, that's £400 off list. What else have we got? We've even got an Acom 500. This is the baby solid state Acom. 500 watts output, nice small footprint. That really is small at $18.99. That's definitely worth considering if you want more power out of your radio. Next to it, the brilliant FTDX101D. Still good seller even after all these years. I've got to mention this. I did say to Tony when I popped in yesterday, where did this come from? It's an FPS-9000. So for those of you who are lucky enough to own an FTDX9000 and want a spare power supply, I don't think you can even buy these power supplies anymore. That was part of a sale that, for some strange reason, the chap had 2 power supplies. We still don't, unfortunately, he's no longer with us. We still don't know why. So there's a matching power supply for the FTDX9000. If you want to do a deal on that, even as a spare, that's worth having, because if your power supply goes bang, it could be a bit of a problem. So spare one. Strange but true. Flex 6600, 2,999, and a good old Decca KW109, back to my era, or Bernie and Brenda's era, dare I say. Still beautifully made and actually in good nick. And after all these years, 40 odd years plus, that feels like it was made yesterday. I'm really having to put some effort into that to turn it, and nice vernier drives on all these too. Another FT-450D at 549. And then we've got all the top row, which I think you'll be blinded at. I think Henry's just going to scan round there and have a look. One part that does stand out to me is the AT-230. Any of you have got a 530 or an 830 or any Kenwood transceiver, there's a matching one. If you're interested in that, want to do a deal, speak to Tony and he will modify that price for you. But lots and lots of accessories. So what I'm going to do is get Henry just to pan round and show you. We've got a centre section here with lots of used as well. FTDX3000, it's a good HF base. Plaster AT2K, still probably the benchmarking tuners that you can purchase. People have tried and compete with them, they've just given up because they can't produce the quality that Paul Hrivnak and his missus and the team over in the States produce. So that's again a big saving on new price. And I have to mention the IC-7700 from Icom. The sort of previous, not previous, it came out at the same time as the IC-7800, hasn't got dual receive, but a nice 200 watt HF base for 2.5. And I think there's another one over there, Henry, isn't there? Yes, another 7700. Why we've got oh, it's reserved, but there you go, and that's 2799. So if you are interested in any of these, we do take trade-ins, we do finance as well, subject to status, of course. But you've really got to come down our open day or pop in before, because believe me, the open day won't be as quiet as this. Henry, I'll leave you for now. 40 fines. I should have mentioned 40 fines. Incidentally, there's a box in the office, in the sales office, stuffed full of 40 fine kit. What have we got here? An old FC102, the Yaesu tuner. A little bit suspect that, look at that. I think the shaft is slightly bent. Oh, and that one's a bit wobbly as well. Make us offers on this stuff. FRG7, this really, the only reason this is in here is that we can't warranty it anymore, but what a beautiful machine. And a very good friend of mine, Graham, HAJ, came over to see me in Devon a few weeks ago. Graham and I have known each other since we were kids. He's in his early 70s. I'm nearly there. Get ready for the big birthday next year. Are we going to have a party? And we used to make frequency counters called an MG7. Yes, Martin and Graham 7. And it sat on top. So the FRG7 is very dear to me. It made Yaesu lots and lots of money. And good luck to them because they deserved it. A real masterpiece. 149 quid. It's got worth to have one of those in your shack. IC-910. Does it say what's wrong with it? No. Oh, low power. It's up to 500 quid. Want a good 277 base? Come on and look at that. TS-2000 next to it. What does it say? Needs attention, not locking. That's a bit of a fiddler. Come on there open day and just throw money at us and we'll do a deal and you can take it away. And there's a good old FC301, which unfortunately somebody's changed the knobs on there, which is a bit odd. FRG-7700. That came out several models after the old FRG7, and a beautiful NRD 515. Anything that JVC made was good. He's obviously used this a lot, look, because whoever had it couldn't do that. He used to do this and rubbed all the print off the front panel. I'm sure we can do a lot better than that. There's tons of it, lots and lots, and it'll be stacked out even more before you come on the 29th. That's it for now. Henry's going to slowly pan round so you can have a look at that. If you're interested in any of it, just give the guys a ring. Thank you very much for tuning in. Tony will probably be back with you next week, but we'll all be here 29th of November, 8 o'clock onwards. All the best. So we were just about to wrap up for the day, and then this came in. I don't really think it needs any introduction, but it's the very, very limited edition, the 50th anniversary of Icom Japan, and Mr. Inui decided to launch this extremely exclusive 200 watt HF transceiver called the IC-7850. There are very, very few of these in the world. This one has got the commemorative plate on it. There's 150 made, and this is 98 of 150. It's had 2 owners from new. The customer that has pulled it in has sold it to us. He admitted that it's just too much for him. He hasn't got enough antennas, and it really wasn't giving it what it deserved, to be honest with you. So if you missed it when it first came out, quite a few years ago now, there's your chance to invest in another one. And when you buy these, you are investing, a bit like the Hillbilling and the big Yaesu FTDX1000. It comes complete with its original box, also the 50th anniversary folder with the technical reference manual as an option. Every single one of them came with a test report, and actually the temperature and the humidity it was tested at. I mean, it's incredible, really. There's the instruction manual still in its box. It hasn't even been taken out and put in the ring binder. That's all included with all the other options and accessories in the box. So if you're interested in the IC-7850, you won't find any probably for sale at all anywhere. We have this. It is available now. Give Tony, our sales manager, a call to discuss it. And yes, as I said earlier, we welcome trade-ins. That really is it all for now. Bye-bye. See you on my open day. Cheers.